My lovely Muslims, this video is especially for you because you are my favorite people. God started his garden 4,000 years ago with Moses. How? Well, he destroyed all the people who were sinners at that time, and entire cities were destroyed. All the witches and the fortune tellers and homosexuals had to be killed. Even people who didn't listen to the priests also had to be killed. Then Moses gave us God's law, the Ten Commandments. Once the soil gets cleared and the sin is uprooted, what do you do next in the garden? You start sowing the seeds. Then God gave us Jesus to show us how to sow the seeds. Our words are these seeds. Sometimes the seeds fell in the fertile ground. Sometimes the seeds fell on a rock and didn't sprout out. But generally speaking, the garden was established and people began to return to God. And what happened after that? Well, 600 years after Jesus, someone else came and started plowing the ground again. He ripped out every healthy plant and began to pull up everything to restart the God's garden again. He obliterated Jews and Christians. There was no need for that. The garden had already been established. The plants were happily growing. The garden was blooming. Even today, that someone is still trying to establish his own garden on the top of God's garden. That someone is still trying to nook the bed again and start over what Moses started 4,000 years ago. He is still ripping out the healthy plants. It's called terrorist attacks. He is trying to send his illegal migrants to Europe to prepare the ground for his own garden. Do you think he will succeed in doing this? I wish I could help you, my beautiful Muslims, but I would rather just live in the beautiful God's garden that is already blooming, rather than starting all over again from the scratch, which is what you are trying to do. But most importantly, I'd like you to have a look at this picture again, because if God prepared the ground and He is prepared the soil and started sowing the seeds through Jesus, and the plants started to grow and bloom, and the garden is established and beautiful, who is it that is trying to destroy God's garden and establish his own? Think about it. Who is God's enemy that is trying to destroy God's garden? Who is the enemy of God?